How are you today? I hope you are doing great. It's story time. And today's story is called Letter from Tom. Dear son, with the holidays around the corner, one can almost taste the eggnog, hear the bells, smell the freshness of a Christmas tree, the cinnamon like scent of acorns, touch the cold, glittery surface of a delicate ornament, see the flickering lights everywhere, with your taste buds already drooling over the upcoming roasted turkey. I find myself reaching for my pen to write you a letter. They don't have computers where I am, although I have made sure to mention it in the suggestions box. So here, I'm using the old-fashioned way of a paper and a pen. I hope you can read my cursive handwriting. You and I didn't get much of a chance to know each other well or spend a lot of time together. Even though I made sure not to be too busy and spend as much playtime with you as possible, I landed here far from you after you turned 7. Sometimes I wonder if you still remember my jokes, my playful wrestling games together with you, and sneaking at night after your mother went to sleep to watch some TV, just you and I, at dad-son time. I bet your little sister won't even remember what I look like. She was only 3 when I left. Well, let me update you. My looks have not changed much. I am still handsome. I managed to maintain my charisma and lightheartedness in the darkest of all times. Lightheartedness, despite, is one of the things I share with my late father. I don't know when we will meet again. And I know you must have heard a lot about me. All bad things, probably. But I want to tell you that while some of the stuff you heard is probably correct, I can assure you that there are some that are dead wrong. I want you to know me from me, and I promise to be 100% honest. See, honesty is a twin quality to bravery, and God knows I am quite courageous. Not very ethical, with a surge need to play tricks on people, but courageous. Besides my dashing looks, I have always been a pleasant person to deal with. You can't really possibly succeed in the business that I was in without natural people skills. I never liked rude, aggressive, or angry people, and I never related to them or respected them. I never identified with blamers, complainers, or whiners either. I call them losers. I am quite smart. Too smart, if you ask me. Not too smart to get caught, apparently. However, I am being sentenced for way less things than I committed. You wonder, are you proud of yourself? Because you sure sound like you are. I tell you what, while I have been blessed by the wonderful qualities I listed for you here, I did, in fact, lack the guilt feeling. This I'm not proud of. I guess I deliberately banished it every time it appeared because I knew it will make me stop what I had been set to do. It made my heart heavier and it made my smile fade. And I did not quite know myself without my smile and lightheartedness. Ask your mother when she's in a good mood. She will tell you that beaming with a charming smile has always been my thing. Anyway, I kept banishing the guilt until I could no more feel it. Some say that a person without guilt is a person without heart. That's not true. I did have a heart, and although my chosen business of tricking and ripping people off has put a lot of people in stress and agony, I had a heart. I had a heart to make the time to visit sick kids in hospitals and play with them. I had a heart to make time to read to the blind. I had a heart to accompany elders with walkers on strolls through the parks and to joke with them and make them feel better and laugh and feel loved and taken care of. The idea of a dead heart frightened me, so I kept engaging in those activities and tried to feel the pain of others and make it better to the best of my ability, just so my heart does not die. Up until a month ago, if you'd asked me, if time goes back, would you do what you did? Be a proud fraud, hurt others financially? I would have probably replied, now I know better. I know how to grow my business without getting caught. Yes, son, I would have said that. and probably came up with a joke that lights up the mood and reveals no regret. This is another thing that I'm not so proud of. Foolish pride. My best friend came to visit me last month and showed me pictures of you and your sister. He told me many things about you both. Son, it killed me to learn that you have been shamed because of what I did. It killed me to learn that you and your sister have been looked down at, even by your own family members, because, well, my business did not really exempt family members from fraud. I guess I'm not that smart after all, because I did not see long-term consequences to what I did. It killed me to learn that you and your sister are not allowed to accept a simple gift or a simple act of kindness from anyone, because you are raised to believe that it's a charity and you don't even deserve it. Right there, as my best friend was telling me all that, fate laughed at my face. How is your guilt and regret now? Unbearable, son. Unbearable. I know it will be super mighty of you and your sister one day to find in your heart any reason to forgive me and to forgive my life choices that negatively impacted how people are treating you both now. I spent my life thinking that I owned my mistakes and my life choices are my life choices, and I owe no one any explanation of what I do or why I do it, even your mother. Yet my friend's visit slapped me awake. Only then I began to realize that while I owned my choices, or so I thought, maybe I was selfish, and my selfishness blinded me, because I certainly did not own the results of my choices, which is not fair. I am sorry. I'm really sorry. This is not just a word of apology I'm sending you. This is a feeling, and it's a terrible feeling. To feel that you are really sorry is to feel that you wish time can go back so that you can undo what you did. But time does not go back. So you just feel helpless and stingy. It's a horrible feeling. I'm not eliciting a sympathy either. It's time for me to own the results of my choices like a man. By the way, if you give this letter to your sister, share it with her, please explain that like a man is a figure of speech. It means like an adult, okay? So a man, a woman, just, a good person would own their choices. Son, I'm not a bad person. I'm a good person with a really good heart. A good person who did bad things. A good person who hurt people financially and never did I inflict any pain or harm anyone or any creature, not even a cat or a bird. I know you may not see a difference there, but I did see a difference. I did see a difference, and I saw and dealt with people who were cruel and had dead hearts, and the amount and severity of what they did to hurt and harm others is in no way comparable to what I did. And even if I did not get caught, and even if my business had flourished, I would live by those principles. I hope you don't completely deprive me of claiming that I do have principles and I do live by them. I'm a good person, son, who gave himself fake reasons to make a living at the expense of playing tricks on others. Please forgive me, if you can, that my choices are making your life and your sister's life and your mother's life rather hard. Son, I'm writing you this letter. Well, I had to introduce me first and ask you to forgive me, but the main reason I'm writing you this letter is to tell you what I'm about to tell you. Feel no shame, son. Do not accept any shame for what someone else did, even if this someone is your dad. Those were my choices, my mistakes, not yours to inherit the responsibility for. Not yours to live carrying the burden of, or pay for, or fix, or make up for. No. What I did is not your responsibility. It's not your sister's responsibility. It's not your mother's responsibility. Feel no shame, son. Tell your sister to feel no shame either. Sure, you both may not be able to answer the question, what does your dad do for a living? I know I would hate it if you choose to say my father is dead, but I will understand. And I will not take it personally or lose sleep over it. Like I told you, I'm quite light-hearted and a reasonable, fair man. So say it. My father is dead. That's fine. I have to repeat, son, that I am paying for my own life choices now by not being with you, by not holding your hand in life, by letting people treat you the way they do and I can't do anything about it, by being here. I have not seen a tree since a long, long time, or a bird. Neither you nor your sister have to pay for what I did, ever. Those people around you who call themselves family and friends, if they shame you or your sister, they are not to be trusted. I repeat, they are not to be trusted. Notice that I said I'm a good person who did bad things. This is not me trying to put a lighter spin on what I did or cut myself some slack. No, son. When you buy into the idea that you are a bad person, or a person who is less deserving of love, success, respect, and happiness, that's when your heart dies and you do awful things in the world. Believe me. Please cut this part of the letter and hang it in front of you at all times and give your sister a copy. When you buy into the idea that you are a bad person or a person who is less deserving of love, success, respect, and happiness, that's when your heart dies and you do awful things to yourself and to others in the world. There are a lot of people who did not end up here with me. Businessmen, politicians, religious people, doctors, scientists, so many more who cause massive destruction in the world and still come out as if they are on noble mission. Those are the people with dead hearts, and never be one of them. Honor yourself, son, for you are honorable. Teach your sister to honor herself, for she is honorable. Lead with both your mind and your heart. For when your mind meets your heart and you feel good about what you want to achieve in life, the things that you want to create that will help you and help others, hopefully, you know that you are on the right track. I know, yeah, you're saying, well, you should have told yourself that. I'm telling myself that now. I had no one to tell me that before, but again, that's not an excuse. I'm not an excuse kind of guy. Feel no shame, son. Tell your sister, feel no shame. You are honorable and your sister is honorable. Yes, you are. You and your sister are honorable. I want you to know that, feel that, and live from it. You and your sister are able to create amazing things in the world. No one will be able to stop you. And you'll be doing this not to prove anyone right or wrong, not to make up for what I did, but because you can and you want to, if you want to, and only if you want to. Your father is a good man. You and your sister are magnificent and honorable people. Believe that, son. Believe that. That's all I have to say. Happy holidays. I will always think about you and your sister. Do not feel any sadness or pain or anything for me. I'm doing very well. I can manage very well. Just remember that if anyone in your family ever pointed at you, probably angrily, and say, you're just like your dad, take it lightly. Just remember that your dad has some good qualities and you are welcome to inherit them if you want, but you will always be you, not your dad, and your sister will always be herself, not anyone else. So be proud of who you are, for you, not for anybody else. Love, Tom. I hope you like the story.